All right, so we're back for the final match. Lincoln Green against Rob Brown. Rob showing us how absolutely devastating this new eKylo 9's deck can be.
What?
You look confused or something?
Yeah, I was... sorry, I was trying to see if this was my water or your water.
Yeah, that's mine.
I was like, where does water come from?
I moved it over there.
Anyway, yes, the final match. Nine's busted, as the usual. Hopefully we get to see
new
some...
ePhasma's pretty busted as well, so...
I still can't believe her point cost.
I think Lincoln does have a little bit better odds against Rob's deck than Eric did, simply because of the fact that it's not monocolor, and Kylo's not going to be getting that consistent damage out.
And Villain Yellow has some of the best removal in the game.
Oh, definitely. He doesn't like you. Electroshock.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see who Rob decides to go for first. Lincoln decided to put the shields on eJango. Interesting.
I mean, we saw how much work eJango did in the previous match, so...
I mean, ePhasma's one of those characters that you don't really have to build up to be a threat. Kind of like Baby Vader in Spirit of Rebellion, where their character dice just carry the team a lot.
Yeah. Having 2 damage
sides.
So,
Rob, playing the Holdout Blaster, gets a modified side, so he overlaps it with the Vibra Knife.
And he gets exactly what he wants. He wants that resource.
And with the ambush action, he decides to logistics.
You can't ask for a much better opening roll than that. I mean, he gets the cards he wants. He gets the rolls he wants. Let's see if he's got the 3-cost upgrade to go over it.
So Rob's explaining to Lincoln that he
used the ambush action to resolve the logistics.
So Lincoln had a salvage stand in his hand, but it's a little too late to start trying to choke Rob.
Oh, yeah.
At this point.
And I mean, that's the power of 9s, though, right? I mean, you get those ambush actions and you get to do all the crazy stuff.
Now, this is a thing that I see a lot of 9s players do, and I don't understand why. If you're going to play a weapon on 9s that has modified sides, why not roll in your secondary character? And you might be able to link it up with them first. See, look at that. So, oh, well, he got something out of the...
He got the resource.
But, like, let's say he got the +2. Then I'll sometimes see 9s players just override it when they could roll in their other character and maybe get use out of it.
Right.
And also, look at it. Rob has gone through his entire hand, and he's done 1 damage, and he can't reroll.
Nope.
So...
No, I agree. I think when you got that resource...
It's extremely greedy.
I think when you got that resource, you should have just played the rocket launcher right away.
Extremely greedy to me to do that. Save a card to reroll, potentially.
Oh, yeah.
Because now he's stuck in... He can only deal 2 damage, get a shield, and disrupt a dollar, which Lincoln doesn't have. And Lincoln has free reign to reroll into as much damage as he wants.
Yep. I'm fully in agreement. I mean, I think that lightsaber was a greedy play, and I'm not really sure why he did it. I mean, especially when we saw him not value the lightsaber in the previous match.
Man, and Lincoln is rolling just awful.
Yeah, that's got to feel really bad.
I mean, the only consolation is that Rob's rocket launcher rolled a blank.
And he's going to spend 3 dice dealing 2 damage and getting a shield. I mean, he's got to feel okay escaping with that, especially with all the upgrades Rob played. I mean, Rob just played 1/3 of his upgrades that hand. Just dealing the 2 damage. Looks like he's going after eJango. He doesn't like that Ascension gun.
Lincoln, it looks like he's not going to reroll. I think you really need to.
I agree. I'm not sure what that last card in hand is, but it's not more valuable than getting damage out right now.
He's going to gain $1. And Rob, instead of disrupting Lincoln, I mean...
Lincoln just passing.
Rob making the good decision since he saw Lincoln didn't want to reroll those blanks. Goes ahead and claims to keep Lincoln off the claim. I don't know what Lincoln wanted.
I'm not sure. Rob gets us...
It looks like it's we have them now. So that's why he wanted. He wanted to gain the resource, claim to get a resource, and then be able to. We have them now.
That could be huge. I mean, he's got every character dice has a 2 damage side, so he could put Kylo to 1 health right this turn.
And Rob uses Kylo's ability, says red, and he got it. And switching targets?
Oh, no, I think he's pointing out, no, I want it on eJango.
Okay.
He in fact does.
So eJango half dead.
Round 2.
And Kylo is only a third of the way dead. Or no, a fourth.
Yeah, 4.
Man, 12 health is so much.
I know.
Phasma coming in, we see a special and a focus.
If he can get some more damage out, I mean, he could turn all those dice to 2s.
He's sitting on so many resources. Why don't you just play that F11 rifle?
I think he wants the We Have Them Now. It's a 2-cost event.
But he doesn't control the battlefield, so he can't play it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he should have just played the upgrade.
He has 2 upgrades he probably could have played on Phasma. You already know he's going for... Rob is going for eJango. You could get Phasma stacked this turn.
Maybe he forgot about the battlefield condition on We Have Them Now. I know I've done that before with things like high ground. I've definitely tried to high ground away a character dice and not have the battlefield and had my opponent be like, no,
I mean, it's
sir.
just like we saw Rob last last game, he isolated one of Eric's dice when Kylo was already dead. And,
True.
so Lincoln spending 2 focuses to go to 4 damage.
Mm-hmm. It looks like he's going to try to maximize that special. Get as much damage on Kylo so he can get that 3 damage instead of 2. So he's going to put Kylo at 3 health left.
I mean, if eJango can survive to next round, I think Lincoln has a shot.
He does not survive. He had fatal showing on the FN dice.
Oh, I thought he only had 7 damage on him.
Oh man,
Those tokens look, the 3 and the 5 looked similar.
Very similar, yes. And now he's stuck with 4 resources and nothing to spend them on. He could go ahead and he's gonna have 6 at the start of next round.
Yeah, I wonder if he's playing ATST or something.
No, I don't think so. Rob gets the 2 more damage. Just getting exactly what he wants out of every one of his rolls. And Rob's gonna enrage probably for the holdout play. Yep.
So do you think Rainbow Nines is still stronger than this new Kylo version?
Possibly. I think the Night Sister version very well could be.
You think there's that much value in the yellow weapons over maybe running stuff like lightsabers and crossguard saber?
Oh, I would much prefer the vibro knucklers than a regular lightsaber. I mean, 50% damage sides, and there's no conditions about it, and you get ambush, and you can pay to increase it. So you can roll in the vibro knucklers, maybe get the 1 and 6 and get the 2, get a 3 for 1, get the ambush, and then override again. I mean, ambush weapons are so good on FN.
So Lincoln not playing the other F11 rifle.
Yeah, I think I would have.
Maybe he thinks he just needs to kill Kylo off.
And he will with the special. But I think he's got enough health to where he didn't need to worry about it.
Hopefully he misses and he hits it.
I don't know.
So, oh no, that's not a Phasma special. That's a
no.
DT29 special. So Rob's gonna get some more value out of Kylo's dice.
Yep. He plays We Have Them Now, though.
But it's just too slow.
Yep. Rob has a deflect.
And I guess we have it now only lets you change to sides showing damage.
Mm-hmm.
So that might not be the greatest card to play with Phasma. I don't know. It's probably still good because she has a 2-side.
Oh yeah, I think so.
I'm interested to try it out in the Daddy Vader with Phasma deck.
Yeah.
I think it could potentially be pretty strong. The only thing is, when I played it the other night, I was playing so slowly because I was playing, leadership and price of failure.
Right.
And so I was discarding every single round at the end of a round, or playing balanced ambition to refill my hand and discard more, just to get as much value out of my dice as I could.
Right.
That I was never claiming.
Rob getting the 1 damage out of the Vibro Knife roll in from FN and then getting to roll in, and that's fatal on the board.
But I think it could be really strong with Vader Sith Lord if you're able to get like a Makashi training and a Vibro Knife on him. You can 4 speed into, we have them now, into 10 damage easy.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I would struggle with the Phasma Vader, is having enough dice to actually use it on. Because you have to have an upgrade to get the 4 dice.
So that's game.
Yeah.
They're moving on to round 2. Lincoln's looks like he's saying that he wish he could have got personal escort out sooner to protect eJango a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since he didn't override the Ascension gun with the F11D rifle.
Oh, for the redeploy?
Right, which would have... I mean, I don't know. It looked like he kept trying to claim early. And he chooses Rob's battlefield again.
He wants the shields.
So...
Like
What do you think of Rob's decision to go after eJango? Phasma's dice are way better. The focus is better. The special is better.
I think
and the range damage and the resource are the same.
I think that with Django, most people are going to build him as their damage dealer, so he's going to be the one getting the upgrades. And I think that probably played in part to Rob's decision. Yes, his character dice isn't nearly as good as Phasma's, but how most players play Django, it makes sense. I would probably go after Phasma, just because I don't.
Well, and also, putting the shields on eJango takes him up to 12 health.
True.
And if you kill Phasma, you remove a lot of the spot red cards, and I mean, they're not necessarily better than the spot yellow cards if you were to kill eJango first, but
very true.
I don't know. I think I would kill Phasma here. Her dice are just so much better.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, sure, her special is so good.
I've always approached the action cheating characters in the sense that they can cheat all they want if they don't roll well, or if they're not rolling good dice. And that's the problem with Nines, is that when he's action cheating, he's rolling good dice.
Yep.
But like anytime I sit across from Array, she can play as many Vibro Knives and hold out blasters on her as she wants, but her dice just suck so much that
you don't care.
Exactly.
Yep.
Do 1 damage to me. Do 3 damage to me.
As long as you're not
I'll discard to reroll until I do 10 to you.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas FN gets the rocket launcher roll in, the vibro nuclear roll ins. I mean, he gets all the toys.
So Rob's starting out. He's got a deflect, a crossguard saber. I can't tell what else, but the deflect. Oh, and an enrage. Enrages. What a great start.
We haven't seen.
And let's see if he puts the crossguard saber on 9s this time.
I don't think he does. I bet he places the Z6 flat out on the 9s.
Man,
the lightsaber. I'd save it for reroll.
Maybe I've sat in this booth too much, but it's painful to me when I watch somebody and they have a playstyle that's way different than mine.
Yeah.
I just want to shake them.
Hey, he's doing exactly what you want though. He's rolling in his eKylo to hopefully get value.
That's true. Especially when I know Rob's a good player.
Yeah. Very good player.
He does a lot of my playtesting for me. Is the joke that's going on right now.
Snap solo.
Yeah, I pioneered the Snap solo deck for a while, and I actually destroyed Rob with it, and he asked me for the list, so I gave it to him, and I retired it after I won a Sword Championship for a little while, and he kept playing it, and he would come to me with card ideas, and I'd be like, "Oh, what'd you think of this? What'd you think of this?" So it's been a running joke that Rob playtests all my decks for me. But Lincoln coming in with eJango gets a resource, a blink, and a 2 damage. It looks like, so 4 damage. It's pretty good to start with. Oh, he decides to take the resource. Why not
just deal the damage?
I guess he saw that.
He wanted the support to hope for more reroll or more damage.
And now Rob has a resource he can deflect with.
Yeah.
So I think Lincoln's gonna regret not resolving that.
Yeah, he should have just resolved damage. Leaving damage on the board is so risky. If it's out there, just get rid of it.
So Lincoln using the armored support. Is that what it's called?
I believe
Again?
so.
I know we just looked at it.
He does get the special out of it, so he doesn't get the damage, and he doesn't maximize, but he still gets something decent.
And that's another thing I liked about the play the odds card from Awakenings. Even if you don't roll the resource and get that extra resource, you're going to get damage. You're going to get something better than what you had.
Yeah.
Usually.
And Rob's dice knock his damage into what he wanted. Goes ahead and resolves that special into eKylo. This match is going much better for Lincoln.
I mean, Rob does have a Riot Baton now.
Yeah.
But he wasn't...
He doesn't have the resource
even
for
with
it.
the Enrage, he wasn't able to ramp as hard. Oh, he rolls a resource on eKylo.
So now he's going to get 5 damage. I don't believe... Oh, he's got the unpredictable. Gets rid of the resource, hopefully.
Oh my
He
gosh.
rolls back into the resource. Good God, Rob. Your rolls are insane.
Yeah, he... Man, I need to start taking dice rolling lessons from Rob.
Lincoln's like, come on.
I rolled terrible yesterday in that Artificery tournament. I showed you the video earlier. I rolled, I think, maybe over the course of the game, I had to have rolled 20 to 30 blanks.
That's what I was just about to comment on. The brief video I saw, and rushing through, I saw at least 20 blanks get rolled. Lincoln looked like he was just trying to decide what he wanted to discard. He goes ahead and keeps this rocket launcher, and I can't see what that second card is.
Undying Loyalty.
Oh, okay.
So that will, once damage has been dealt to Phasma, it'll let him heal.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I'm Lincoln, I think does he has an F11D, right? Oh no, that's a Krennic's pistol. So one of the good things about eJango is that if your opponent can't deal out-of-hand damage, you're going to get at least one more activation out of him before he dies.
Yep.
So, Rob said yellow this time, it looks like.
Did not get the damage from eKylo.
So, eJango coming in. Gets
Just
4
4
damage. Pretty good.
Resolve it, man.
Hopefully he has a bait and switch so he can get 6. And he does not.
Nope.
So, come on, you saw what happened last... Oh my goodness.
No.
And he's playing the salvage stand.
After rolling.
Oh, and Rob still has 2 resources to potentially control dice.
Goes ahead and deals the 2 damage, though. Puts eJango well within kill.
Yeah, Blonde on Fire, you saw them. They were awful. God awful.
They were not pretty.
So now Lincoln's deciding to do the 4.
Maybe you use the armored support on eJango's dice to hope for the 2?
You can't because it's a red dice only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can exhaust it to reroll one of your red dice.
Gotcha.
So, I'm trying to think, who would be a good character? This would actually be a pretty good support for the Magna Guard, because he's got a 50% damage die.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you can't pay for his damage, you know, it's like a free damage.
Well, or if you've got Electro Staff, I mean, you don't have to pay for it. Like, Electro Staff is so good, especially on him.
Yeah, you can reroll the Electro Staff even, or the Z6.
Yep.
So, I don't know. Maybe this Armored Sport goes in
More decks than we thought. Lincoln does get Fatal on Rob's Kylo. So he could make this a bit more even. Rob playing the rocket launcher, hoping to get... He does indeed get Django down before Lincoln gets his Kylo off the board.
And he's already rolled out his Phasma, so he's not going to get... So, if you're Lincoln, I think I leave that Krennic special to remove the rocket launcher once Nines rolls in.
Yep. I keep thinking that Krennic special is the Phasma special.
Yeah, it's hard to tell a little bit from this angle. So Rob getting a blank on the rocket launcher, so I mean, and Lincoln has to keep passing, so Rob's going to be able to claim this round. I don't think he's going to reroll. Yeah, he's just going to claim.
Rob realizes that the special is going to prevent him, so he just goes ahead and takes the resource. Which, I mean, still feels good for Rob. You know, leaving that blank out there for resources, it's worth it. Now he's sitting on 4 resources. Rob going to get everything he wants.
And still probably going to get another 2 damage out of Kylo activation.
Trying to see if he got a best defense in his hand over there on Rob's side.
He has a crossguard, a Vibroknife, an isolation, a holdout blaster, and a logistics, I think.
Let's see if he plays that isolation correctly this time around.
So holdout blaster coming down, deals 1. Overrides it with the Vibroknife. And I bet Lincoln's just having a great old time.
Gets the 1 on Vibroknife too. Gonna get 2 more damage out of Kylo. The damage consistency is insane.
I mean, Rob is rolling like a god too.
Oh yeah,
right now.
that helps. He guesses incorrectly again though, so Lincoln gets away with that one.
He keeps switching his mind between red and yellow and keeps missing it.
Yeah. Lincoln plays the holdout blaster into a probe, try to get rid of whatever Rob's got.
Gets rid of an isolation.
That's a solid one.
Especially when Phasma's character dice are pretty strong.
Agreed. Let's see what Rob's got left. He's going to go ahead and pay for the dice while he still can. Get 2 more damage out of Kylo. Rob's board state is really good right now.
I mean, Lincoln's is nothing to sneeze at either.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. He just rolled out 5 damage.
So
it's just a matter of the healths at this point.
I mean, Rob only needs 5 damage, and I couldn't see what was left in his hand.
But he could get 4 out of that 5.
Oh,
he
had the crossguard saber, I think. So going ahead and finishing off Kylo.
I don't know. Do you think he would have just gone ahead and put that into FN? I know we've talked about not switching targets, and I know we've talked about killing a character as soon as you can, but
I mean,
at this point...
the thing is, if Kylo lives 1 more turn, he's probably going to do 2 damage.
That's true. It was just a matter that his dice were already basically
So
resolved.
finally, we see a crossguard saber played on 9s.
We've been talking about it all day.
And he got $1 out of it.
It's useful.
Would you rather have $1 or 1 damage?
$1.
Yeah.
Especially on 9s.
An extra $1 goes a long way.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
So Lincoln just trying to get something before Rob rolls in.
And he gets 4 more damage.
I don't
Doesn't
think
have
he
the
has
resource.
a resource to pay for it. So
now he's stuck trying to roll for a 1 and 6 on that holdout.
And finally, Rob doesn't roll amazing.
Goes ahead and rolls.
So he should... Oh, man. He had a 50% chance to get
That's
a
unfortunate.
damage out of that. So
Rob's just going to resolve the 1. Not worried about it. Trying to reroll for that 2. Not getting greedy.
If you're Lincoln, what do you do? I think I'd probably just claim.
Yeah. I don't...
He's got the vibro knife, so the only thing that'll block is the rocket launcher.
Well, he can't... He would block stuff now, though, with that shield. And now he can still claim, because Rob's not going to just give up those 2 resources.
Well, Rob doesn't have any cards left.
I see.
So he's stuck taking those resources if he wants them or not.
Oh, 9s with 6 resources.
And Rob draws into a deflect. Let's see if he makes a mistake of playing it again.
See if Phasma can roll as hot as she did last round. Is he thinking about playing the jetpack? I don't know about that one. It's got more potential, but no black sides.
So, yet another tournament where we see all top 4 decks were villain decks. I mean, it does help when, 2/3 of the field is villains, but
this is my shock face.
You guys couldn't see it, but it was pretty good.
I'm surprised Lincoln didn't just roll in. Just go ahead and try to see what he gets.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Rob with the second Z6. He's got too many dice. There he goes.
He's got We Have Them Now, so maybe he just wanted to push because he was gonna get 2 damage out of that other.
If he was thinking about the We Have Them Now play, though, he should have kept the F11D.
Yeah, it's only the jetpack's only gonna do 1 more damage for you. And now, if he had rolled out first after Rob replaced into the Z6, he could have played We Have Them Now and had lethal damage, I think.
Rob has lethal on the board.
Oh, so Lincoln using Recon.
Nice use of new cards.
And you actually mentioned this exact scenario, I believe, earlier when we were discussing the card. Choose a symbol showing on a die, then turn another die to a side showing the same symbol. So...
Oh, I think that's it. Rob re-rolls into the 3 damage side. No, Lincoln's got...
So We Have Them Now. He's going to have 11 damage.
But Rob gets to deal the 3. Just an action away.
Wait, Lincoln only had...
He had 7
Oh, he
health.
had 7.
Yep. He was 1 action away. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, if he hadn't replaced that with the jetpack,
he could have used it as an action earlier.
He could have rolled out, played We Have Them Now, and won.
Yep.
Maybe he was hoping to use the jetpack special or get some shields. I don't know.
Well, sometimes just seeing that card in hand and seeing how much better it is than the card on the board can kind of throw you off and make you decide on a suboptimal decision. Just because it's got the +3, you see, ooh, it's got that 3 side. I want that. But the odds of you getting it and using it effectively as opposed to what you had on the board already.
Yeah, especially because he already had the F11D, which has 2 sides.
Right.
So, and the jetpack only has 1 3 side. So,
yeah. And it's also easy to forget.
And if We Have Them Now, I don't know. He didn't need the extra damage.
Yeah.
Even if he would have been lucky enough to roll it.
Yeah.
So.
But most players would agree that jetpack is a better card than F11D.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so? With its shield sides and the plus and the more damage?
I mean, it's got more resolvable sides, but if you're spamming enough dice like most gun decks want to do, you're going to have the base damage to link up with that F11.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. I think the shields on jetpack are really
good.
I
will say that Melee, especially with the inclusion of Vibro Knife, is coming heavily into favor, especially with 9s. He still loves things like Rocket Launcher that have all black sides, but with the rise of Melee, we may see a return of Jetpack. I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially because, Vibro Knife negates 2 sides of it.
Yeah.
The special's still good, but
I mean, we've got two heavy hitters coming in the next expansion too. I mean, with Grand Inquisitor and Mace Windu.
Yeah, yeah,
So I mean, that special side becomes way more valuable against those characters.
right. I mean, but you'd think we'd see it enough if, I guess, because Vader's kind of
Falling off.
yeah, fallen off a little bit. I mean, we've seen the rise of him with New Phasma.
Quickly too. I mean, as soon as New Phasma came up, people were like, "Oh, a new pairing for Vader." Heck
Right.
yeah.
Well, also another thing that makes Jetpack not as good as it doesn't have redeploy.
Right.
So
That's one thing that I've really learned to value is the few weapons that do have redeploy, because there just isn't a lot of them.
right. All right, so we're gonna get Robin here and just have a little discussion about his deck and what he thinks of the meta going forward. And yeah, congratulations to Rob winning a booster box of Spirit of Rebellion.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, stick with us, guys, and we'll be back in just a moment. Hey guys, we're back, and Rob's back in the booth. He's our regular co-host, and he was able to participate this week. Normally he's off every other week, and so Grant has stepped up to take his place during the commentating. But Rob was able to come in and play today, and took down the whole event.
It was fun. I'm glad. It was fun just to be able to play.
Yeah, you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, it was fun. Of course, winning always helps. I mean,
Right.
that doesn't hurt.
I mean, you rolled insane in those top 4 matches.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You didn't even have to reroll.
Yeah,
like you were cycling weapons through your hand, and I kept telling Grant, he's being really greedy. He's being really greedy. He needs to keep something back to reroll with. And I think it only came to bite you one round where you.
Yeah, that last game, I think there was 1 or 2 times that I blanked. But I was rolling. I was not rolling like my normal self. I was definitely having very good rolls, and it was nice for a change to be rolling well. So.
And I said that might just come down to maybe inexperience playing with 9s.
Yeah, it's my first time playing with 9s. I kind of just wanted to build a deck with them. And playing once, just in case they do a rat at him. I've never played with them, so I wanted to build a deck and play with them. He paired really well with eKylo, as y'all can see. But yeah, there was a lot of inexperience there with 9s, knowing when to overwrite, when not to overwrite, when to play what to play first. And so you know.
Yeah, if
what you
anybody
have
thinks
left on the
that
table.
9s decks don't take skill, they take a lot of skill.
It was. I'll be honest, I did better than I expected with my lack of experience playing with 9s. Now, it does take skill, but it also show you how far 9s is good enough and how far that'll take you with just running that character also.
Right.
It seemed like there for
So
a
if
little
you're
while.
a skilled player, then it just takes you even further.
Yeah. It's even that much more consistent.
Do you think that this new pairing with Kylo is better than Rainbow 9s?
I don't personally think so. I think me personally, I think Rainbow 9s can consistently get you there more, with the focus on Bala, Night Sister being able to ping your dice as well as work as dice mitigation.
Yeah, I guess
think
with the new
Rainbow
Kylo,
9s
you really need to be hitting with his activation ability.
Yeah, and that hurt me in that the last round. I didn't hit his activation but 2 or 3 times in that last 2 games we played. There's definitely a big difference between playing that and playing a monocolored deck. So, I do, however, I did enjoy playing him with Kylo. It was fun. A lot of that though, Kylo is just fun to play. Period. So, yeah. I know you were talking about playing Crossguard on Kylo, as opposed to maybe dropping them on 9s.
Oh, you heard that?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I like the value. If I can get Crossguard down on Kylo early, I just like dropping the Crossguard on Kylo.
But
Here's
here's what we were saying about it. You're getting a guaranteed 1 damage out of Kylo, right?
Yeah.
But if you played on 9s, you get to roll it in, and you could get that anyways. Or you could get something better. You could get a resource. Or you could get the special, which is 2 damage.
Right. I think I thought about that before. Well, actually, when I was putting it together, I was kind of, what's my target with the crossguard, and I think the reason I decided to drop it on eKylo too is to possibly confuse my opponents as to who they wanted to go first. In a lot of my matches, I got it down turn one. And it can throw, if they do go after, which I didn't lose a game when they went after FN first. By the time it gets down and it's Kylo's getting his ability, and then he's fully loaded up with upgrades, he does work.
But I mean, if you throw it down on 9's turn 1, you're not really worried about being able to find a redeploy weapon before he dies. It'll go on to eKylo anyways.
Right. And like I said, it may not have been the optimal play, but that was my thinking behind it. And also, I did when I built the deck, I decided to, the first round or two, I kind of like to slow play it as opposed to just going all out with 9s.
I don't know. You didn't do that last game.
The last game I didn't. Yeah, I just
played
went
every
full
single card in
bore.
your hand before you rolled out a character.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, and it also had a lot to do with what I drew. It was a bunch of weapons that and it wasn't cross guard. But I really, the matter of fact, the first couple rounds that I played it, setting up that board state round one where I have a eKylo with a cross guard on them, and depending on if I hit resources or enrage, even having another weapon on FN already, that board state just it makes it overly dominant.
Right.
You don't just have a support character with eKylo, you have a secondary hit you in the face character. So like I said, that's a lot of that's inexperience with 9s. It may not have been the proper play percentage wise, but it was something that I felt I was more comfortable doing that. I felt it set me up better at the time, so that was my thinking behind it.
Yeah. All right. So do you want to go ahead and talk about Duel of Fates a little bit? The event we got coming up next week.
Fates. I knew you were going to lure me into this when you got me in the booth. Duel of Fates, guys. Oh, so excited.
So we've been working on a format of Destiny. It's kind of a fun deck building challenge where we're gonna get 4 players, and we're gonna have there's gonna be elements of randomness to it, and there's gonna be some certain restrictions on particular cards or characters that you can or can't play, and it's going to really challenge the 4 players that we select to build a deck, and they're going to be time restrained. And Grant and I, we've been practicing this format, and
of course we're going to test it out before we do anything with it.
Exactly,
and
right. So we've been practicing it, and
just watching them do it.
It
guys,
is
was
an absolute blast, and we think that y'all are really going to enjoy it. And one of the things that Grant and I love about it is that it really helps you to evaluate how you see certain cards, and potentially see which cards are auto includes in certain decks. A lot of times you'll see a card and you'll think, oh, it's too slow or it's too situational. But when you're in this format and you're restricted to certain colors or certain characters, it helps you to see where the more rounded cards are, and
it definitely shows you the high value cards.
Right.
It definitely shows you, no matter what you play or what you're playing, when you're in a certain color, it shows you what cards are going to benefit you, and that they're must-haves in the deck, like you said, auto includes. But even just watching it was so much fun. Oh, I'm so excited for this next weekend, guys. I really hope everybody tunes in to watch it, because it is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. So, thanks for coming out, guys. We appreciate y'all joining us. Please follow, subscribe on Twitch, YouTube. Josh has been doing a fantastic job editing these Twitch recordings
awesome.
And putting them up on YouTube. Yes, they look amazing. You can join. Also, Ettin Games has Magic streams on Friday night. What do they have? Modern?
It's Friday Night Magic, which I think is
Friday
standard.
Night Standard, 7:30, and Saturday's Modern at 6:30. So come on out for that if you're a Magic player. Thanks, Surfem. We appreciate the follow.
And as always, don't forget next Sunday, every Sunday, 2 p.m. Be right here, guys.
2 p.m.
Be watching some form of Destiny.
Exactly.
So, super excited for next weekend too, guys.
And one last mention is that the Harvey Relief Fund is still going, or raffle. Ettin Games, if you go to their website, you can find their raffle page. Tickets are $10. If you buy 4 tickets, you get an extra one. And they're raffling off several prizes. Like Sir Doomington said, you can potentially win a dragon head, which is like this
epicness.
It's like a deer trophy head that Hunter might have in their
a
house.
mounted dragon head, like you slayed a dragon and that's your trophy.
Right,
it's awesome.
and I believe there's going to be some collectibles and exclusive.
They actually
items.
have quite a few other prizes. Yeah, some of it's not. I'm fairly certain that they got a Star Trek role-playing game, the dice pack for that was only available if you contributed to the Kickstarter, so you can't even buy that yet, you know. So I mean, they have a lot of unique things that you can win. It's definitely worth it, and it's going to a good cause. So
yeah. So definitely check it out. Again, that's on the Ettin Games and Hobbies website under the Harvey Relief Fund page, I believe.
Yeah, you'll find it. Just go to Ettin Games. You'll find it. So,
anyways, thanks for joining us. This is Justin.
Appreciate it, guys.
And signing off.